Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting week of Staying Up with Pat and Jodi. And I'm Pat.
And I'm Jodi. Hola, buenos noches, damas y caballeros.
Wow, a little coffee time Spanish that you're...
Hey.
She's promoting a whole other podcast just for the hell of it. And we are here once again, of course, from our palatial penthouse studios of Sight and Sound Events overlooking the beautiful Las Vegas Strip, just in case you were wondering where we were. But, you know, we could be anywhere.
Absolutely.
Anywhere around the Strip. We could be on the east side, the west side. We could be inside the Palms for all these people
We could still be locked at Cater Source where I was all week. OMG. Could I go to one more conference in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like every association has a conference, Pat, in Las Vegas, like 1 week after the other. It started with our disc jockey entertainers at the Riviera.
Yeah.
The luxurious Riviera, by the way.
Luxurious, soon to be blown up Riviera.
Riviera. Then it was WPPI, and that was at the MGM Grand. And now, all week, we were at Cater Source, and that was at Caesar's Palace. And it was crazy. I mean, it was nuts, Pat. I got a last-minute booking. I know I have some new listeners out there from Cater Source. Hey, Cater Source, la comida está lista. I have new followers. I don't need to have the Johnny Carson of New Jersey anymore
and she
to attract viewers or listeners.
For all our non-Spanish-speaking people, she just basically said the food is ready. I don't know why that's relevant whatsoever to that, but maybe because it's caterers.
Because caterers. What do caterers do? So you want to let
the caterers know that the food is ready.
The food is ready, and they like to eat. Let me tell you something. This catering conference, they love to eat. Claudio, they love to eat. We had a technology breakfast, Pat, on yesterday, because I don't remember what day it is. Folks, I can't tell you what day of the week it is, which is one of the reasons why
we shouldn't say anyway, because we don't know when people are listening to this.
That's true, but it's been crazy. So I went to this technology breakfast, Pat, and this, by the way, was an excellent seminar. A gentleman by the name of Nick Borelli, who is from Cleveland.
And used to work for another friend of ours.
Who used to work for another good friend of ours, is now working for a different company, but he's very tech savvy. He knows a lot about networking, and he's a social media guru. And so he's awesome.
A geek.
He's a geek. And then he had a guy, Pat, who was with him in his seminar, and oh my gosh, they call him the nerd. He's actually known as a nerd. That's the name of his company. He is a nerd. And I'm just looking for it here.
Good to be prepared.
Here it is.
There we go.
I'm always prepared. It was, his name was, he's the event nerd. He goes by the event nerd, and his name is Damani Daniel. Damani Daniel, the event nerd. And what they talked about, this is a really good topic, actually. The seminar was called The Binder is Broken. And what it had to do with, okay, Pat, we all carry around papers and binders, and people in the special event industry, right? Like you come on, you know, they carry these big files with all these papers in them. Well, what the seminar was about embracing technology, web-based technology. So, for example, in our line of work and what we do, DJ Event Planner is huge for us. And a lot of our DJs use DJ Event Planner because you can manage your company through this software. If you don't know what it is, definitely go online, Google it. Google it.
Google it. Yeah.
Okay, I was waiting for you. Googling it. Yeah. Google DJ Event Planner, and you can run your whole company seriously off the web. So you don't need to have all these pieces of paper. You can let your employees know when their events are coming up. You could have contracts zip out of it. Just so many different things. And they talked about that in their seminar. Now, obviously, they're talking to catering professionals, so the information was more like geared toward catering, like a Cater Ease, I believe, was the software that they mentioned a lot. But I mean, right? Am I right? I mean, Google Docs. I mean, I know my calendar. Like right now, my calendar is on Google.
No, I know. I just think you're boring half the people that we're listening to. This is way too industry for this show, but that's okay.
But they need to be up to date on their social. Like,
no, they don't.
Yeah, they do. Screw you, Pat.
You can go and you research it.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. Oh, so right, because you want to talk about the guy who defecated on 19 vehicles. He couldn't wait to talk about the man who pooped on 19 cars.
Well, it's more interesting. I mean,
all right. So
let's change gears here because I could get the whole.
Obviously,
we have another show that we could do the industry stuff on that's a little more relevant.
I wanted to talk a little bit about it, but that's okay. Let's talk about the man who pooped on 19 cars in Akron, Ohio.
No, but this is fun stuff. This
I
is stuff
drink Starbucks.
Yeah, the 2,000 calorie Starbucks drink.
I had a craving. Okay, wow. I had a craving.
You're not pregnant, are you?
If it is, it ain't yours.
Oh, wow!
Boom! No!
Wow!
Bang!
Wow!
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, just making sure.
My eggs are scrambled.
Ooh, too much information. Anyway, but I was, flipping through Facebook today, and I came across one of my Facebook friends, Lance Lau, who is owns Maverick Moto Media, who's basically does photography and stuff for the motorcycle industry.
So one of your motorcycle
guys was looking through, and he does not live in Akron, so I don't know how he came upon this. Maybe he just found it in a newsfeed. But I thought this was interesting, and I could discuss it. We could discuss this as we go along here. But apparently the Akron police are searching for someone they said defecated on not one, not two, not three, but 19 parked cars in driveways. 19 parked cars. And they said the suspect has been striking, I can call it something else too, pooping between 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. And on Wednesday morning, a resident caught the suspect on film on their security camera, and there's literally a screenshot of this guy with a hoodie on and his pants down.
Oh yeah,
it's a hoodie, and he's got a little cap on too, and there's a little black box over his bare butt, and he's pooping on somebody's car. I don't understand.
Why did they put the black box over his butt? Maybe I might know that.
Here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. What the hell is he eating that he has enough ammunition to poop on 19 cars?
Wait, stop. Did he poop on 19 cars in one day?
I don't know. That's what it looks like. It could be different days. That's
a lot of poop between 5:30.
That's a lot of poop.
That means that
that's a lot of poop. He would have to have really good poop
every
control
minute.
For that.
He would have had to poop. I mean,
he
would have had 60 seconds.
He would have to be able to turn that valve on and off instantly.
So, like a Carvel ice cream machine.
Just pull the head, put it back up, just shut it off.
Not Old School. It was the movie
just like that.
Grown Ups 2.
Grown Ups 2. Yeah, they also did a little bit of that in Ted.
Oh,
a little scene like that in Ted too, I believe.
But yeah. Why would so this?
They're looking for the guy. They have no reason. They still have no. There's no motive for it. There's just some guy.
There's got to be a motive.
There's got to be. Obviously, there is, or it's just some guy who's just going down the street and deciding that every morning between 5 and 6:30 he needs to poop on somebody's car.
So this story about a man who poops on 19 cars is much more interesting and entertaining
than your Google Docs.
Than having an event binder.
Yes,
really?
Much more interesting. Yes.
Wow.
Wrong show for Google Binder.
Wrong show.
Google Docs.
Oh my God! I forget. I'm not going to talk about gay weddings.
Yeah, that's again another show.
So
that's
what are they? So what?
They just want information. They don't know who this guy is. They got a screenshot of him. He looks like a middle-aged guy.
He looks like
white guy.
Like Larry the Cable Guy.
A little bit. And by the way, if anybody listening to this show has any information about it, they're asked to call the Akron police at 330-375-2552. That's 330-375-2552. I've done my public service for the week. If you know about the guy pooping on people's cars,
and if your car has been pooped on,
if catch the guy 5:30 and 6:30. That's the time frame.
Well,
be out there with a hose or something and just.
Here's what I want to know. If you are one of those people and this show goes around the world, if you live in Akron, Ohio, and your car was pooped on, can you please send me an email or tweet me out? I want to interview you. I want to bring you on the show next week.
We want to find out what it was like to have your car pooped on.
And if you're the pooper,
emotionally,
call us.
Yeah, call us from prison. It's okay. We'll set up an interview with the jail and see.
I would love to talk to this guy and ask him why he poops on cars.
Why he pooped on 19? It looked like the number could be much higher by now. For all we know, he's pooping in other neighborhoods on different days.
Wow.
And they just haven't reported it. So
you've been dying to talk about that.
Yes.
And speaking about dying, And
Oh, boy.
speaking about dying, it's that time in the show that we talk a little bit about this week's episode of The Walking Dead.
Ooh.
Because we said goodbye yet to another character. Another character bit the dust. It was Buttons.
Buttons the horse.
The horse died. Oh.
Buttons the horse was. And how does Buttons the horse not? How's the horse not fast enough to get away from all these zombies? Well, did he all of a sudden just,
I felt so bad for Buttons.
I did feel sorry. Buttons was cute.
He was a black stallion. And he had been running wild, right?
Yeah.
Aaron, that's the new character on the show. Aaron was trying to catch the horse to bring him back into Alexandria, the safe zone. And him and Daryl ran into the horse. He was following Daryl because he was hunting rabbits.
And he almost caught him. But he got away.
Buttons got away.
Poor Buttons got away because they got spooked by some zombies, and of course the zombies all kind of cornered him and had lunch of him, and they had to shoot him in the head to put him down.
Buttons the horse.
So we lost Buttons.
But I have to tell you, Pat, if we ever had a child, and we needed a babysitter, I'm going to call Carol. I'm going to have Carol babysit my kid. She is one tough SOB. If you guys saw that, OMG.
Did she put that? And she said it with such a sweet voice. She just basically told that kid, if you tell anybody what you saw, I'm gonna kidnap you, take you out into the forest, tie you up to a tree, and have zombies eat you alive. And she said it with a smile on her face.
Oh, yeah. And she didn't even say it that night. She said that she would take him, tie him to a tree, and let the monsters rip the flesh off his body because he saw...
While he was alive. Because
he saw Carol sneak into a place where they keep all the guns in Alexandria. And Carol is trying to blend in. She's trying to be invisible. She's trying to be Mrs. Brady, June Cleaver. She's doing all that, and the little boy followed her because he wanted her cookies. You know, he wanted, because she made some really good cookies and they ran out. So he figured he'd follow the lady because he thought he'd be the first one to get the cookies, and he got a big surprise. And she said to him, now you're not going to tell your mom that, what happened here. And he goes, I tell my mom everything.
I tell my mom everything.
Well, that's when...
wrong answer.
Yeah,
wrong answers. And as they said, I was really expecting, we were like, I don't know if we were hoping, but we were kind of thinking, is she going to have him look at the flowers?
Yeah, I was waiting.
Look at the flowers.
Look at the flowers. I was waiting for that line too.
Yeah.
So
I have a feeling that kid may be one of the first to go.
Yeah.
He's going to slip, and there's going to be something ugly there.
So Pat, what do you think of this whole Jesse's husband? Now Jesse and Rick shared.
He's kind of a douche.
He was a real douche on the porch.
And then
tried at the party.
He was trying a little hard at the party to be nice.
But then here's the deal. He said, let me take a look at you, to Rick, before he told Rick he was a doctor.
Yeah.
So he's like,
I probably should have prefaced it with, it's like, you probably should have.
That was a little strange. So
I would have to say yes.
So do you think that Rick and Jesse might be a love interest for Rick?
I don't think so. I
always thought Rick and Michonne.
I think that might. Well, it's possible. Yeah, I was thinking Rick and Michonne, but obviously there's some connection there with Jesse. But and she seems to be kind of paying it back, but she's got her husband and the kid, and that's going to create. I think everything is nice and comfortable right now, but I think if we're looking towards some sort of controversy, that's the starts of it right there. That's going to be the beginnings of it.
Yeah, and why, the guy was such a douche. Why would you even go to him like, oh, you should bring your baby over to me and have me check you out. You should have your son come over here and let me check him out. Who the hell are you? My baby and my son are just fine. We don't need you checking us out.
No, it's kind of a normal. It's kind of a normal. If he's a doctor, but that you would say, look. I'm the doctor for the town, so we can go take a look at him. But I think it's how he did it was a little douchey. He seems a little weird, and like you said, the chemistry between him and his wife just isn't there. And she kind of admitted it that they got married because she got pregnant and she had to give up her career or whatever else to raise the kid, and that they've been in sort of rocky situations. So I think that's definitely going to be a storyline. Mm-hmm. That's going to be one of one of the subplots for a couple of episodes.
Well, we've got 3 episodes left. This one was very slow paced.
Yeah.
Again, we did not see any Father Gabriel, or did we see Eugene?
Yeah, they've had a few that just haven't been around, I think, is what it is.
I think next week, I saw in
Next
the trailer.
week we saw some Father Gabriel. Yeah,
right.
and some Eugene.
And some Eugene.
Yeah.
And because they really haven't addressed that whole Eugene thing since he lied about having the cure. Like, they really haven't addressed it. Like, it's kind of just been like Abraham got pissed, punched him out. He was laying there for quite a few hours, unconscious, and they picked him up, and now he's part of the crew. Like, there really hasn't been like anything more. That kind of went flat.
Yeah, but they've had a few of those that have gotten flat, and I don't know if it's they stopped pursuing it because they didn't feel that there was because a lot of times we don't see parts of the episode because they have to cut back for time. Right. So I don't know if that's something that they're saving for later, and it's going to be more relevant later, or if it's just. They just went, forget it.
I wonder on Netflix, I know they sell the DVDs like at the end of the seasons or the beginning of a new season or halfway in the season of some of the uncut things that we didn't see. I wonder if, we should get that. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but I wonder if you can get it on Netflix. That would be really kind of cool to see, since we're such diehard Walking Dead fans, to see what kind of, what they've cut out.
Yeah, because the on-demand stuff, you generally don't get the extras sometimes. I mean, they'll have it listed. They'll do behind-the-scenes stuff and they'll do some of that. But usually, you have to buy a disc set, and like the DVD or the Blu-ray extras is where you see some of that.
I thought it was...
But the on-demand stuff, they rarely have that.
I thought it was very weird that when Daryl was eating with the 2 gay guys, having the spaghetti, that they asked him to go bring back Mrs. Niedermeyer, a pasta maker.
Yeah, because
when you're out there and you're like hunting for food and surviving, can you bring us back a cappuccino
But
machine?
there was quite a few instances. Quite a few instances of that. How you could tell how they've kind of they've lost a touch a little bit on what's actually going on, and even with the reaction of when during the cocktail party, the one lady saying that, where Sasha, the girl talking to Sasha was saying, oh, what do you like? Because I'd hate to cook you something you don't like. And she looked at her like, what do you mean cook me something I don't like? What's wrong with you people? They've lost touch of the fact that people are trying to just stay alive from day to day, and they're worried about like kind of the minutiae, sort of like we do in day-to-day life now.
I think those people, like Rick was telling Michonne, are very lucky people, that they are lucky to be alive.
Right place at the right time.
Because I think if they ever came across like the governor or Woodbury, they would, like, for them it's just like it's like they have electricity, they have water, they can flush their toilets. I mean, the only thing they can't do is like go shopping at Walmart or or go to the mall, or probably with that crowd, it's probably go to Nordstrom's, But they are the luckiest people. They are. So it'll be really interesting because hopefully we'll figure out what this whole W thing is. We have the A. Rick was stamped with an A.
An A, which was for that group.
Alexandria.
But that other group, which is the Wolf, not the Wolf Pack, because that's Hangover or NWO, depending upon what you watch. But that's the group that destroyed the town that Noah is from.
Yep.
So that's obviously got to come into play before the end of the season. I have a feeling that's going to be part of the cliffhanger for the end of the season.
Yep.
The cliffhanger that's going to make us wait till next October for another episode.
And the cliffhanger, again, the season finale of The Walking Dead is in about 3 weeks, and it's going to be a 90-minute season finale. 90 minutes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I just hope that the first 30 minutes of it is like, I hope it's 90 minutes of being on a roller coaster. That's what I want. Yeah. I don't want this slow paced BS. I want, like, hit me with, oh my God, holy crap, not to throw to that guy in, holy crap, did you just see that? That's what I want. I want some holy crap moments.
Maybe that guy in Akron was watching some really exciting episodes of The Walking Dead and just felt that he had to poop right there. That he went, holy crap, and he was watching it on his phone.
Did you just see that?
And he just right in somebody's driveway. It was just a response to The Walking Dead. That could be. There's a, I don't know. I
Well,
don't think that's going to actually happen. But
no. Well, Monday nights, Pat, our DVR is going to be on overload because starting this Monday night, it is time for dun 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 dun. Hey, it's not coffee time Espanol. It's Dancing with the Stars, season 20. Season 20. I'm so excited. Okay, now Max, my favorite, is not on the show, but his brother Val is, and he is dancing, Pat, with Rumor Willis.
Rumor Willis.
Rumor, you know who she is, right?
No.
You don't know who Rumor Willis is?
No.
Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter.
Oh, the daughter. Okay,
yeah,
Rumor.
she was on.
Yeah, but there's Dancing with the Stars. She's not a star. She's the kid of a star of stars.
But she also does some acting and some modeling. Matter of fact, she is the girl. If you watch Hawaii Five-0, which we do,
Okay.
she plays. You know the coroner, the nerdy coroner.
Yeah.
That's his girlfriend.
Oh,
She's been
okay.
on a few episodes. Not like
Okay.
one episode she was like tied up and kidnapped.
All right.
But that's Rumor Willis. She's like an off and on character on Hawaii Five-0.
Gotcha.
Suzanne Summers, that's a star.
Yeah, that's
Suzanne
it, yeah.
Summers. She's going to be on Dancing with the Stars. Do you know who LMFAO is? Of course, right?
yeah.
The lead singer, Red Foo. His
Yeah.
name is Red Foo. He's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, and singer legend Patti LaBelle.
Wow. Wow, that's a great catch for them.
And that's it.
And that's
the
it.
other
They
people,
don't have it announced
I
to
have
anybody else.
no idea who you are. I know one girl is the model from Carl's Jr. I think The Bachelor is on there. I have no interest in any of the other people. I have no idea who you are. No disrespect. They're either athletes or people that I've never heard of. Ever. Ever. I don't care.
But that's most of the seasons, though. They can't. It's really hard for them to get that many real celebrities to commit that amount of time, because if you commit to it, you have to commit with the assumption that you're going to make it to the end, and that's a 3-month commitment. That's tough for
It's
a working
tough.
actor, actress, whatever, performer, athlete. It's really hard to make that kind of commitment because it's a nonstop deal with these people.
It's 7 days a week,
yeah.
pretty
So
much.
you're not,
For 3 months, like you said, for 3 months.
absolutely.
So, Pat, if you had to pick a celebrity to be on Dancing with the Stars that you'd like to see, who do you think would make a great person on Dancing with the Stars?
Brooke Shields.
Good.
There you go.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. Brooke Shields.
Me personally, you know who I'd love to see on Dancing with the Stars? And I heard he's a really good wrestler, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, yeah, really
Ric
good dancer,
Flair?
not the wrestler. We know
Yeah.
he was a wrestler, but yeah, he apparently
Oh my-
dances a lot.
Yeah, apparently he's supposed to be a pretty good dancer. He's a wrestler. He's charismatic. He likes to flirt. He's limousine riding. Limousine riding, jet flying.
Kiss stealing.
Kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun.
That's right. I'm
Woo!
glad you got that right. Roman is like,
Woo!
how did you not get that?
I know. Sorry. I know. I got a lot. WrestleMania's coming up. The big WrestleMania.
That's right.
We're going to
and
WrestleMania.
the Hall of Fame induction ceremony where Macho Man Randy Savage is finally being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. So
by his brother.
By his brother, Lanny
friend,
Poffo,
Lanny
good friend Lanny
Poffo.
Poffo, yes, good guy, and who's been nervous as hell about the speech. But he's going to do great.
Oh, he's going to nail it.
he-
Lanny is going to nail it. I know he's going to rock that. He's going to crush it.
Yes, he will.
He's going to crush
So
it.
we're actually making a trip up to the pilgrimage to San Jose in would be about 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's that close. And we're going to be heading up there to watch the induction ceremonies and WrestleMania and possibly Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be exciting weekend.
And WrestleCon.
WrestleCon, yeah.
That's supposed to be really cool.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll finally get to meet Colt Cabana in
Yeah.
person rather
Be
than on
interesting to meet
Twitter.
him. Yeah.
Because I tweet Colt. Colt tweets me back. I've got my Colt Cabana t-shirt, so I'm marking out. I'm going to be such a fangirl that weekend. And, of course, we'll run into DDP and Brenda.
Yes, and hopefully they've simplified their schedule a little, because I know he's been pushing the envelope quite a bit for the last few years, really, and let's hope that he's mellowed his schedule out at least a little bit.
I know they're in LA because they have the resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts, a video, a movie, a documentary that they've been working on for at least 3 years that they're showcasing in LA right now. And they're also, of course, doing the DDP yoga thing. And by the way, DDP yoga, from what people are telling me, is now on television. It's like a a late night infomercial.
Yeah, they have the infomercials finally
up.
Have
you seen it yet? I haven't seen it.
I've seen clips of it on, I think, Facebook or something like that, but I have not seen the entire infomercial. But I know he's fighting. Those are expensive because you got to come up with literally minimally mid six-figure budgets just to start the ad buy process for those things, because they have to, just like anything else, they have to be on over and over and over and over again before people even start to buy them.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't looked into the DDP yoga thing, Pat and I would totally recommend it. We do it. We've got it in our house, although we have to replace disc number 1. So I'm going to have to.
Yeah, we do have to get a new disc
number 1. I'm going to have to. If anybody is listening from DDP yoga, please send Pat and Jodi disc number 1, because we've used it so much that we've kind of burnt it out.
Yeah.
So
it's no longer functioning as a.
Yeah, no longer functioning. So, Pat, I saw a story today. When you were a kid, and I probably know the answer to this, but when you were a kid, and Claudio, this goes for you too. When you guys were younger, did you guys ever keep a diary?
No.
Claudio's shaking his head.
Did?
Yes. A little one. He had a small diary.
A little one.
But you don't do it anymore, right? You don't journal or anything like that. There's actually a play on stage, like an off-Broadway play going on, and it's adults reading excerpts from their childhood diary on stage. And it got me thinking about diaries. When I was a kid, I had a diary. I did have a diary, and I wish I knew where the diary was. It's probably burned. But that's what's scary, because I'm a little nervous. Like, you write stuff down, and
if somebody finds that, it just gets out in the world, and people start looking at that, and they it's like anything else. You pull things out of context and makes things sound a lot worse than it really is. And it's like, yeah, I don't know that I'd want to keep my.
But Oprah Winfrey, who is super successful businesswoman, she journals everything. Like, she writes, and maybe that's what's holding us back. Maybe because we don't journal, maybe we need to do it. I mean, Colt Cabana came up with his podcast, The Art of Wrestling, because it's a journey. It's his journal. Maybe this is our journal. Maybe staying up with Pat and Jodi, it can be considered our on-air journal, our on-air diary.
Why not?
But I know Colt created The Art of Wrestling for that reason. Oprah Winfrey has a diary, and look how super successful she is.
Yeah, but I don't know that has anything to do with the other.
But you write down your inner thoughts.
I bet you there's a lot of people who are really successful who don't journal.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I bet you. But I bet you if I ask some of my friends, I bet you Matt Radicelli from Rock the House, he journals.
It's very possible. Especially if he does, he puts it into a spreadsheet is what he does. And
if it's an Excel spreadsheet.
Breaks it down into categories. And
should ask Mike Walter if he journals.
Yeah.
He seems like the type that would journal.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I guess,
He does.
That kind of intellectual type must write down my thoughts for today.
Yeah, but
Who has time to journal?
Well, I would get just nervous that my journal would fall into the wrong hands. But then when you die, because we're all going to have to go someday.
Yeah.
Like, what happens to these journals? I guess it's the same thing. Like,
yeah, your family members read them and go, "What the hell was wrong with that person?"
I can't believe she said I was fat and I was a bastard.
Any bad thing you wrote in private about somebody is getting out, and
those brown butter cookies that I never got from my sister-in-law Valerie.
Oh, I know. Yeah, those.
I'm still waiting for those brown butter cookies.
It could wait decades later. It could come to haunt you.
Yeah, so if I wrote that in a journal, damn that Valerie, I'm still waiting for those brown butter cookies. She'd throw them on my grave.
Yeah. Crumble them up and go, "There's your damn brown butter cookies."
How many eggs?
Yeah, that'd be ugly. That'd be ugly. Yeah. I think you're keeping that flame going too here, though. I think you're the one who's kind of keeping it going.
Pat, it's fun to keep the flame going, because one day I know that my sister-in-law loves me so much that she's going to make me brown butter cookies. If you are watching the YouTube version of this show, you're laughing your butt off. If you're listening to it, you have no idea what's going on right now. I've been married to Pat for almost 20 years.
Not almost, over 20 years.
Don't say that.
Why?
20 years.
Over 20.
20.
Over 20.
My mother's listening.
Over 20 for her, too.
And I've never seen him speechless.
No, yes, you have. No, yeah, you have. That's certainly. I just was trying to keep. Yeah, I just had to keep my mouth shut on that. I couldn't.
I know.
I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Okay.
You know,
That's
going to be a whole other issue that you two are going to have to work out yourselves. Yes.
We were talking just the other day. We wanted to bring it up on the show. Remember our conversation about best?
Best. Oh, you talking about naming yourself the best.
Well, no,
of something.
Best
calling
this,
best
yourself.
that,
We were going to talk about that. So I'm going to toss this.
This into the ring.
I'm going to toss this egg to you. You crack.
Careful, I ain't going to catch it. I'm going to toss it to the side. No, I think we talked about it the other day when we looked at some businesses that basically either have it in their name or in their description. They're the best this in Las Vegas, the best this in LA, the best this. And, you know, here's the thing. If you were and I've even seen ones where it said voted best blank of, let's say, Las Vegas, but there's no reference as to who voted for you. So the big thing is how legitimate are these people that use the term number one best, that there's no reference to how they came by that classification. Were they voted by an organization? What organization was it? What process was it? Was it just look, there's the Best of Las Vegas, which is stuff that the newspaper runs every year. The reality is it's a popularity contest, and whoever can market themselves enough to get enough votes. So it's not necessarily the best.
But there are two categories.
Yes,
there's the reader's choice,
and then
the editor's
picks. So that there are definitely some differences in that. But it's kind of, you gotta have to really be careful about that, because like I said, number one restaurant, number one Mexican restaurant in L.A.
Right. That could be right.
And
by who?
Yeah, the
by
problem
Saget, by the LA Times.
There's a few hundred of those apparently. So, but yeah, exactly. Who rated you that? And if there is no reference to who rated you that, and you're just calling yourself that, I probably wouldn't eat there.
Let me tell you, I'm all for. I'm a marketing person, and I'm all for taking advantage of any opportunity that you have to win an award. If you've won, best event production under $2,500 or $25,000 or $50,000, whatever it is, then you have the right to say, I'm an award-winning producer.
Well, you have a
trophy in an organization to back it up.
You actually have a win. Somebody voted or judged you.
If you have a win, promote the win. By all means, go for it. But don't say, for example, you're Las Vegas's number one female DJ. Number one female DJ. Well, okay, great. Okay, awesome. You're Las Vegas's number one.
According to who?
According to who?
Who voted?
Who named you, and what year was it? What year did you win the award?
Those things are always annual, yeah.
Yeah. So if you were voted in 2006 Las Vegas's number one DJ entertainer, then go for it, because you did win it. You were in 2006. You were the number one DJ, and I'm using DJ just because it's my world. That's what I do: event planning and DJ. But don't be average. I just think it's BS, and I think people
it's dishonest.
Need to.
It's dishonest.
People need to wake up. Wake up.
I think a lot of it is you have to be an educated consumer, and when you look at this stuff and you say, and it says the best, and there's no reference to what organization, and even if there is a reference to an organization, if you're interested, go look up that organization to see whether or not they're real.
I have to disagree with you respectfully in the term of a business name. I think if you want to call yourself, the best pizza, just best pizza, then you have every right to call yourself best pizza.
No, that's fine. But
don't say voted best pizza.
Yeah. But there are, believe it or not, there are companies that have gotten away with saying best this, best that, because they trademark it and use it as a tagline and not as a statement of fact. There's legal ways to get around it where you can actually make dishonest or inaccurate statements and not get in trouble for it. So just be careful about stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's it's just one of those things where, if you tout your how great you are too much, there's maybe something else to it. And generally if you're voted number one, you're also not going to be the cheapest. So if you find somebody who is an affordable whatever, but they're the best, those things don't generally go together. Mm-hmm. Cheap and good,
Absolutely.
Not two things that get along.
Nope. And I'm sorry. I'm actually looking at I just got a text message, Pat.
About poop?
No, they have not caught the Akron pooper yet. So
we're holding out hope.
We're holding out hope. It's not that kind of message.
We're gonna go on live if we find out.
Pat's got his computer is
I'm
up.
I'm gonna pull my phone up.
Could you also put up Akron? So it's Akron. Whatever. I'm so excited about the pooper. No, I got this email text message. Pat and Jodi, we loved it. Great job and very entertaining. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Just wanted to tell you and Pat that Sean and I watched Staying Up with Pat and Jodi.
Nice. Sean and I is
Regis Philbin. No.
Which Sean? We know a few Seans. Is it Sean and
Sharon and Sean McSorley from beautiful Rye, New York.
New York. Where they have coffee and orange juice.
And they might be getting a dusting of snow.
A dusting.
A dusting of snow.
Better a dusting of snow than a storm. They've had enough of those this year.
Exactly. So they haven't caught the pooper yet, Pat?
No, I haven't. I don't see anything new on the pooper, on the Akron pooper. We're gonna try to keep you updated on the Akron pooper. It will kind of be like ESPN on that. Or not ESPN, CNN.
Oh my goodness.
Although ESPN might cover it too. I don't know, because maybe it turns into a competitive sport. I don't know.
I saw something when you opened up your screen just a second ago that kind of caught my eye. This caught my eye.
Yeah. Oh, that Manny Pacquiao thinks Rhonda Rousey could take Floyd Mayweather Jr. This is from a Huffington Post. Apparently, the crap. Now, let's say this: Manny Pacquiao generally is not a, as we would put it, shit talker. He's pretty straightforward and pretty honest. And if you ask him, it's kind of hard to get him to say anything negative about the other fighters. But apparently, the trash talking, because let's face it, Mayweather is the king of trash talking. He took his lead from Muhammad Ali and the WWE.
And he actually has been in WrestleMania.
He was in WrestleMania.
He fought the Big Show. Yeah,
150-pound guy fought a 450-pound guy.
And he beat him.
Yeah, that just shows you it's predetermined. I guess that's the best way to say it. But so apparently, I'm looking over here. Let's see. The fighter thinks there's one other champion Mayweather should watch out for, and that is Rhonda Rousey. And that was during his appearance on ESPN. And
wow.
So I believe so. She's strong. She's strong enough to beat Floyd Mayweather in MMA, which Floyd is not an MMA fighter. So, and boxing said the MMA fighter Rhonda Rousey could take on Mayweather. So that's about as much as I think you're going to get from Pacquiao as far as trash talking, because that's not really his persona. He is pretty respectful when it comes to that. Whereas, Mayweather, he is all about theatrics. He knows that it's a lot easier to get butts in seats and people to buy pay-per-views. Yeah, Rhonda Rousey's pretty hot.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of Rhonda Rousey right now. Yes, she is. She doesn't look like she's not built like China. I thought she's built like the Mighty Kong or Awesome Kong
but she
in
is
China.
Tough.
She's very pretty.
She's beautiful, and she will kick your you-know-what.
Really?
In fact, here's some footage of Rhonda Rousey right here beating up on one of her opponents. And what looks like, why is there a WWE Network logo on the bottom of this? That's interesting.
There's supposed to be rumors that she might be making a WrestleMania appearance, but I don't know, I don't know if she's going to get involved in anything. I've just been hearing things on various podcasts, but wow, how tall is she?
I'm not sure. Tall enough to kick my ass, I think, is the answer to that.
So you think if I had a fight with her?
Oh, you wouldn't have a chance.
Really?
Not even close.
I don't think so. Bring it.
No.
No.
My
ribs are better, Rhonda. Bring it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Look, I can move now. If you're watching us on YouTube, woo! I can move again.
It would be over in like 13 seconds. That's all I gotta say.
Really? She'd have to catch me.
She could definitely catch you, and she'd put you in a submission move, and it would be done. So yeah, but look, hey, that's going to be a big fight, and there is no argument that this will be the biggest grossing fight in the history of the sport. It will probably be watched by more people than has ever watched any other fight in the history of the sport, and certainly it is the highest payday with a $250 million guaranteed payout for the two fighters, which is I think it's 60% or something like that is going to Mayweather, which, by the way, the reason why he gets more money is because, as many people say, I like Pacquiao, he's got more fans. More people tune in to watch Mayweather fight than Pacquiao, even though Pacquiao is a huge fighter. And the reason why is, like I said before, people want to see Mayweather get his butt kicked. Plain and simple. He knows that. He pushes it. If you see Mayweather pre-fight and post-fight, he's two different people. The post-fight guy is the normal Mayweather, very respectful. You know, he was a true champion. He fought a good fight. All the stuff that you would normally hear, he's not talking any trash about him. Pre-fight, he's talking trash. You know, like I said, look at Muhammad Ali, all the trash. And if people forget how hated Muhammad Ali was when he was actually a fighter. But all that trash talking, you know, a lot of people hate him. That's why they show up and they buy the pay-per-view. They want to see him get beat. They want to see him especially lose that perfect record. People can't wait to see something go in that loss column for him.
What's his record?
I believe he's 46 or 49-0. I'd have to look.
Wow.
I'd have to look at BoxRec.
So in that, so he's in that high.
Yeah, he's one of the, and like I said, he's calling himself the best fighter of all time. I don't know that that's true because there are a lot of fighters from other eras that I think could have beat him. He doesn't have the same level of competition.
Well, he's also what they call a middleweight or a lightweight or what?
Yeah, he fights at 154, so he's not a big guy.
Right, so it's not like Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali was a heavyweight. He was a over 200-pounder. They're different, but you know, there's a lot of guys that fought at his weight 10, 20, 30 years ago that I think could have beat him. But, and a lot of it's style. You know, a lot of he's a very good defensive fighter. He's got amazing technique. He's got great timing. He's got great footwork. Now, as he get older, that slows down. So now the chances of him losing, well, that definitely goes up with time. You know, that definitely goes up with time. And it's just one of those things where it's his style of fighting is really hard to keep up because it requires you just to be absolutely on your game to be able to, because he has no power. He's not going to knock anybody else unless he catches them by a surprise. And
he's a Las Vegan, obviously.
Yeah, he lives in Las Vegas.
And he's come by. Obviously, you do another show. Your box in this corner.
Promote it. In this corner, TV.com. It's also got a YouTube site, and we've been doing that show now for coming up on 11 years straight. It's been on the air on a bunch of regional sports networks. So just look up In This Corner TV, and it's James Smith, Smitty, who is the host, and he's been in the boxing industry for, well, he probably doesn't want me to admit how long, since he was a little kid pretty much, and he was a professional fighter for a short period of time and spent 20 plus years on the radio, and then has been doing the TV show for almost 11 years.
And we used to have boxers coming in and out of our office like all day.
In fact, you remember Floyd Mayweather came into our office. The first interview we did with Floyd Mayweather was in our office almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
And he only came in with his publicist. That's the only other person he came in with. But yeah, Floyd Mayweather Jr., because his father is senior, I guess, or no, he's got a record of 47-0.
Wow, and his career started in 1996. So 1996 to 2014.
Yeah.
Or 2015 now. So
yeah. So he's in the welterweight division right now, although he's won in a few different weight divisions. He's originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And but yeah, so he's 47-0, and 147, lost 0, 26 knockouts. So 26 knockouts is, a little more than half, but that's still not. He's not a big puncher.
Is there anybody, Pat, out there who you think could beat him?
Well, I think a lot of it, like you said, there's not a lot of guys in his weight class that there's a few guys that have a chance just based on style. If you could find somebody that can counter his style, fighting, like you'll see fighters that fight each other. One guy will win and then go on to lose to a fighter that lost against the fighter they beat. Why is that? Because styles make fights. Two fighters of differing styles, they react differently to how a certain fighter fights. If you are a boxer, if you're a defensive fighter, whatever it might be, you can lose to somebody who theoretically is not as talented as you are, but their style throws you off, and they're able to counter enough of what you do to either beat you on points or catch you with the right shot and knock you out. Because look, in any fight at any time, somebody can catch you the right way and you go down. You know, so, but this is, like I said, this is happening May 2nd at the MGM Grand here in Las Vegas,
so
and
mad.
I'll be covering the fight.
I can't go with you. I can't go with you. Please take me.
You're working.
I am actually working.
You are working, and so am I. We'll be covering the fight.
No, but you're covering the fight. I'm working a wedding.
I know. Yeah,
You're working. Yeah, you're gonna take Claudio with you.
and it'll be a madhouse.
Take Claudio with you. He's ready. He's good.
Claudio's like,
he
"Yeah, I'll
deserves
go."
it. He has to sit here week after week and engineer our show. I think that would be a good
and
pay.
listen to us babble on about nothing.
We've offered him a microphone, but he's like, no.
He does have a microphone. He just doesn't turn it on. He's scared of it.
No, he's
scared.
not. He's waiting to speak Spanish. too.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have him do our Spanish translation for parts of it. Either that or tell us when we're right or wrong.
Exactly. Oh man. So Pat, I was I happened to be looking online, and this is kind of scary. I don't even know if I should even talk about this, but there's this background checker now that people can go to. It's called instacheckmate.com. Instacheckmate.com. And you can actually search the public records of your friends, relatives, business associates, so to see if they have police records, court documents, contact information, and much more. So keep your family safe. Run a background check today.
And a lot of that is based on all stuff we've already been able to do. They just created an app for it. That's all stuff that's public record that it would take you longer, but that's all information that's available to anybody that requested. They've just created an easy app to be able to do it.
It's so weird, though, that like you could do that. I know in a sales class that I just took with Mitch Taylor, he's a Gittimer certified sales trainer.
Yeah.
He talked about, like, you know, when your clients call you up, that you should be able to, you know, check their background. Because, you know, they could check us out.
Absolutely.
Why can't we check them to see if they're legit, you know, or learn a little bit more about them so we can connect and make a sale?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it depends on the type of sale, but, you know, that may be going a little.
It's kind of stalkerish,
it is a little
isn't it? It's like
stalkerish.
kind of stalkerish.
I feel it feels a little weird.
Well,
It
look
does
at the
feel a little
girl who
weird.
stalked me earlier last year, that one bride.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
That was totally weird.
That was
Everybody's
weird.
laughing.
Yeah, we have stalkers.
We had a stalker on my Facebook. I had to change it to private because this girl was reading.
Crazy.
Was nuts. She was out of her mind, and it became a problem.
She's crazy.
She was a problem.
And see, we're not saying who she was, so we're just no worry about
she's
it.
probably listening to the show. She probably Googles me now because I can't stop Google from.
No, you can't. She could still find you there, you know.
So imagine if you have a crazy stalker like bride. Okay. I love brides, but this one was nuts.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, that's every once in a while you get a crazy client, and there's nothing you can do about that.
No,
Just try to get rid of them, and some of them stick around for years
love
after years.
all my clients. I love you all. If you're listening, that's why I don't give you the Staying Up with Pat and Jodi link.
Yes. But speaking of the Staying Up with Pat and Jodi link,
Yes.
we finally have added another couple of legs to our social media presence since we had nothing before this. You can actually now find us on Facebook and on Twitter. Just look Staying Up with Pat and Jodi on Facebook. That's the easiest way. And there's also on Twitter, it's Stayin' without a G. Stayin', and then Stayin' Up Pat Jodi. Stayin' Up Pat Jodi. So it'd be twitter.com/Stayin' Up Pat Jodi. If you do the search, so we have a Twitter feed and a Facebook feed, and we'll be posting all the shows on there so that you can see them. All of the SoundCloud versions, as well as the YouTube versions. And the YouTube page, by the way, is our personal page. It's just Patrick Harris. So, and I'll put some links up to that too. So we'll finally have a way. And I just put the Facebook site up about 2 hours ago, and we have 32 likes so far.
Wow, that's awesome. Is Mike Walter one of them? Because he's our good luck charm.
Mitch Taylor's one of them.
Oh, that's cool. Shout out to Mitch Taylor.
Yeah, Dana Carlisle.
Oh, that's great.
Our good buddy Keith.
Oh, Keith
is on there.
Dude.
Rachel Julian, who used to work for us years ago.
Okay, we don't have to go through everybody.
I'm just looking at somewhere. I'm trying to see. Wait, I don't see.
Stalling for time.
I don't see Mike on here.
I'll get him.
Sean McKee, Big Daddy, is on here.
That's awesome.
You know,
well, how are we doing on time?
We're at 50 minutes.
Okay, great. Okay, do you have anything else for us, Pat, besides this? And by the way, when we post the shows up, we will definitely put these links on.
We'll put the links on, and we'll have the SoundCloud version.
Please.
Goes up first, which is the audio only, and then after that, the following day usually is the video version, which is the YouTube version, so you could see our beautiful faces and all the things that we do behind the scenes here.
Because we want to have more than our friends and
and
just
you
few
can see when I'm
listening.
doing things like this, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
When I do things like this.
Hey, easy.
Punch him out.
Take it easy. I'm going to bring Rhonda Rousey in here.
Rousey.
Rousey.
Rhonda Rousey, I'm coming
Rhonda
for you.
Rousey. She's going to beat you up.
You get to meet Arnold,
Yeah,
maybe,
get to meet Arnold.
at WrestleMania.
Put the cookie down now.
Oh.
He is actually one of the few celebrities that I might be a little starstruck over.
You might mark out?
A little bit, yeah. And you know me, I've met a lot of celebrities,
Yes.
a lot of sports figures, and
Yes.
and everything else. And half the time, more than half the time, I never even take a picture with them. It's like, they're regular people there. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't care what you think about his political positions or whatever else. If you're a liberal and you don't like him,
We like him as the Terminator.
I don't care. The fact is he is the epitome of the American dream, and you cannot deny that. He came to this country, spoke very little English. He had no money, and he reached the top of everything that he did. Most successful bodybuilder of all time at that point. He was an action hero, one of the first $20 million, and he's still acting, making movies. Became, on his first attempt in public life, the governor of California.
And Pat, I don't know if you saw the season finale or the last episode of 2.5 Men. He was actually on it.
I did not see
He was
that.
on 2.5 Men.
Oh, then now I have to see the final episode.
Final 2 episodes. It was two episodes. But
Two-parter.
he was a two-parter. He was on both.
Yeah.
He played a police chief.
Nice.
Yeah, so you'll have to watch it on
Chief
demand.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. But yeah, so look, I appreciate him just for what he's accomplished, because to me that's a huge accomplishment. He's, no matter what, again, he's not perfect. He's made some mistakes in his life, like all of us have. But as far as successes, there are very few people that can compare to good old Arnie when it comes to succeeding at what you do in your life.
Well, Pat, I really hope that you get an opportunity. I hope that you get to shake his hand and I get to take a picture of you.
Absolutely,
and Arnold.
I would love that. And to me, that would be a
bucket list.
Yeah, and
thing.
he would probably see me and say, "Put the cookie down now."
Well, you have 2 weeks.
I'd say, "Look, Arnold, I'll go train with you. Where do you work out? Come on, let's do it together.
Train
me.
You, DDP, and Arnold.
We'll film it. We'll lose some weight. I'll get some muscles, some big muscles.
You, DDP, and Arnold. That would be a
me,
great.
DDP, and Arnold. We can hang out.
You can hang out. Well, let's see DDP teaching Arnold some DDP yoga.
DDP yoga. Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah, yeah, and let's see how he reacts to that. Because Arnie's still in. He's
in great shape. You should see him on 2.5 Men. He looked really good.
Yeah, he's pushing 70.
Those guys look amazing. Stallone, Arnold, they all look. They look friggin'
work
awesome.
out. And look, Stallone has worked out like a fiend since after the second Rocky movie. After that, he started with
Rambo.
Well, not. I'm just saying is he started training heavily after the first Rocky. The second Rocky, you saw he was in better shape. By Rocky 3, he was ridiculous. And that was about the time of Rambo, and he's just ridiculous shape, and he stayed in ridiculous shape ever since then. But the guy works out every single day.
Which proves my point, ladies. Guys always get better looking with age. Us women, we need a lot of help. But the men, when they look great. They can go with the gray in their hair or in their beard or, the few wrinkles around the eyes. It makes them look good. But the minute a girl gets it done, it's like Botox. And when it happens to us, it's Botox and Spanx and all that kind of lifting and
First of
all
all,
that kind
I
of
know
stuff.
a lot of guys that have not gotten better looking with age.
Well, they're your motorcycle crony friends.
No.
They would... Yeah, they
That's
look
a
like
generalization.
They look like the pooper, okay? The guy who poops on cars in Akron, Ohio.
He didn't look that bad. He just was in a compromising position. The picture.
They wouldn't even show his ass.
I got to find that link, and when you hear this, hopefully the link will be up on our Staying Up with Pat and Jodi Facebook page. But you got to look at the story. It's just
Especially
hilarious.
if you live in
It's just
Akron.
funny just seeing a picture of a guy bent over with his pants down. Just doing his duty. Nothing.
We probably lost.
I said duty.
I heard.
Get
you
it?
said
Duty? I said duty.
He said duty.
Yeah.
Hey, look who's online.
Oh, nice. Now, we're up to 37 likes now on our site.
Maybe
from 32.
Maybe he's one of them.
That's very possible.
Maybe he's feeling the rush.
He is feeling the rush. Yes, he is.
No,
Yeah,
he's not one of them.
he's not one of them.
What was this? 14 more.
And 14 more, yes.
Are we that desperate?
We're that desperate for
Claudia
love
was
and,
like,
and
the
attention.
show used to be so good. Today they're just like, ugh.
Yeah, we're up to show 7, and we're gone downhill already.
Yeah, and show 7 being from Las Vegas, this is our lucky 7. So, well, I think, Pat, we're good. Oh, look who just joined our...
Mike Walters is one of our friends. Yay! All right, Mike Walters.
Woo, Mike Walter.
Thank you. See, we're over here
I think
doing
we're
this.
going to go over the top now.
Yeah. We definitely hopefully within a couple months, where once we build up enough of a following, more than 4 people, we're going to definitely do a live show, because we can do live shows on YouTube.
You know what's so funny, Pat? Gary V. Did you see that thing I sent you? That link, Gary Vaynerchuk.
No.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
About doing people's shows.
About doing people's shows.
We got to get him on the show. Bring him into the studio.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
He's in Las Vegas?
Yeah, no, he's not in Las Vegas.
No, he comes to Las Vegas.
Oh, he
for
comes
stuff.
to Las Vegas, yes. And Screaming Lunatic Lorenzo, who co-hosted, we're all connected. DJ's Drinking Coffee works with Gary V. He goes by Gary V. If you haven't read the book Crush It, I highly recommend you guys reading Crush It. You especially, Claudia, I'm pointing to you.
Yeah.
Get the book.
The guy
Seriously,
behind the system.
You will be a megastar if you get that book. Seriously, I'm not going to steer you wrong. There's 2 things. Go to Dave Ramsey and learn how to do the money management thing. And the second thing is read Crush It. If you do those 2 things, if I was your age and I did that stuff, I would be like rock star. Not that I'm not already, but really rock star. Move over, Madonna. Rhonda Rousey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Call out Rhonda Rousey. Holy smokes.
First of all, she's like 5'7" and 135 pounds.
Yeah.
I am 6'1". I'm twisted steel and sex appeal. I'm ready for her. I'll run like hell, but I'm ready for her.
Yeah. You're ready for her to knock you the out.
Hell no. But Gary V mentioned doing other people's shows.
Absolutely.
And he said,
whenever opportunity you have.
yeah, even if there's 4 listeners, you don't know who those 4 listeners are, or who they're friends with, or who they're connected with. Who knows? One of our listeners could be the president of CBS Radio, or in charge of Podcast One, or you just never know. Stumble across our show, they hear that, and that helps them. So definitely, he's a pretty cool guy. You should see that.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
We'll try
I'm done. I'm finished.
You're all done? You're finished?
I'm
Okay.
done. It's been a fun show, Pat, as always.
Absolutely. And we certainly want to remind everybody to join us on Facebook and Twitter. Follow us.
We'll get those
Like
links.
our page. And on Twitter, it's Stayin' without a G, Stayin' Up Pat Jodi. It's www. I don't even know you don't need it anymore. It's twitter.com/Stayin' Up Pat Jodi. And then on Facebook, it's just Stayin' Up with Pat and Jodi. Just do a search, and there you'll get to our page. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check out our YouTube page, which will have a link, and that's our personal YouTube page. So subscribe to the show so you can get notifications,
Yeah, that's what I do.
Baby. High tech. You can also subscribe to the show on SoundCloud as well. So if you look us up on SoundCloud, Staying Up with Pat and Jodi, you will find us. We are there.
So we'll
Every week.
Every week. We're back every week. We'll be back next week. So once again, I am Jodi Harris. Buenos noches, damas y caballeros. And make it fantastic.
Hasta la vista, baby. Bye.